now. Is that shirt from Florence?
No, this is from the shop.
Okay, nice. Hey, it looks like the ones Florence did. I still have it. The pictures
really?
and yes, people really like it, man. They look very, I don't know, very different, you know? It's
Really?
very beautiful, very colorful, you know? You like very many colors. I really like that in Africa.
Thank you so much.
But Francisco, so to catch up, we are live now. There's no one seeing us exactly right now, but this is going to go to our Instagram and also to our YouTube account. And the main idea of this talk is to get people to know you, get people to understand our story, you know, how we met. We already have some videos on that. But yeah, to get
Yes.
with more detail, mainly the things that we want to build from now on, you know, in Nyanya, and the activities that this might involve, you know. So if you could please start by just giving a little background about yourself, that would be very nice. And thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here again. And right now, where I'm standing, I am standing at home where I was born. Specifically, 38 years back, I was born in this very place
You're 30
where
years.
I am
You look younger, man.
standing.
And you seem wiser. You're a very wise person.
Yes, I was actually born here. And so
Nice.
I am happy to be standing here 38 years after and be able to speak about myself. My name is Francisco, yes. I am an Acholi by tribe from northern part of Uganda. And northern part of Uganda is very historical. Everybody knows about the wars, the civil strife, the
Yeah.
insurgencies
Well, some
here.
people in Brazil might know Coney. You know the story of it was.
Yes,
I know exactly.
yes. Oh yeah, Konyi comes not very far from this place, and then he actually destabilized us a lot, and partly that tells a lot about our story. You can never talk about your story without talking about the war, the civil war, and what Konyi has done. And so most of the issues and the problems here has been caused by this civil strife, the
Yeah,
insurgency.
for people that don't know, maybe some people don't know what this insurgency was. Can you give a brief explanation?
Konyi is a civil strife, a local insurgency, a rebel group headed by a man called Joseph Konyi. He decided to become a rebel, to form a rebel group under the pretext of the Ten Commandments, the restoration of the Ten Commandments. He said he believes in the Bibles, he believes in the Holy Spirit, and so from that he said the Holy Spirit communicates what he's supposed to do because they intend to liberate the country. But unfortunately, I don't think that is the Holy Spirit because he has been causing a lot of atrocities. He has been killing so many people, abducting young children, taking them into captivity, and turning them into child soldiers, raping women and girls. I mean, maiming people, cutting people's lips, cutting people's nose and ears. I mean, causing a lot of defamation in the people, burning houses. So far, I mean, it has been a very big disaster. So that rebel group decided to force people out of their homes into a very concentrated camps. They call it the internally displaced persons camps, more of a concentration camps with so many people packed together. People left their homes and stayed in one place with so many problems of diseases, low income, so many issues came up.
Yeah,
So
you
it has
know,
made a lot of the social fabrics of the people of northern Uganda. People were displaced, people lost their land, people lost their property, their houses, and everything. And so many people died.
yeah.
I
And
I happened to also be a victim. Yes, I
you
was
were a
also
victim.
yeah. abducted, taken in the bush. Stayed
Really?
there for 6 months.
I didn't know that.
Oh yes, you didn't know. You will know a lot
I didn't
about
know.
this.
I know the stories of you hiding to be able to go to college so that they don't pick you. But I didn't
Yes,
know you went to the bush.
I did. I did. I stayed there for 6 months.
And it's a lot of violence, right? I think if you're doing anything in the name of something good, you know, violence could never be a part of it. You know, this is one of the ideas that we're having in this, the whole communication of shea butter and this connection with the tribe. I think it's this word Apwoyo that means just like, you know, good things that will transform. Violence will never do that, you know. But
Yeah,
yeah, the one with the story in the bush, please.
the rebel group is kind of very political, I must say. And so it is like the rebel fighting the government, and the people, the civilian, are the ones who suffers. And so it is actually a baseless war, but many people lost lives, many people suffered. Actually, everyone in northern Uganda has been affected and infected in one way or the other by this war. So basically, that is why the social fabrics of the people here is greatly affected just because of the war. And we are yet recovering from that war. We're trying to put back what we lost during the war. We're trying to recover our cultures. We're trying to recover our, economics and social life. Though it cannot go back fully to the normal status, but we're trying slowly by slowly. Education has been affected greatly. The level of education and literacy has gone high here because people are not able to afford education, good education. And so there's so many dropouts. People who are not able to afford education, people who are not able to afford decent life because they have no means of livelihood. So, and that also comes along with all its consequences of, crimes, burglaries, robbery. The youth who are born during that time, they grow up knowing nothing. They don't know how to go to school. They have no means to go to school. And so they end up into, drugs. And so they get wasted. So far, a lot of youth have lost life, means of livelihood. And so they are kind of like destitutes at the moment. And that also explains why, me personally being a victim, I know the story inside out. I feel for the people.
For how long did you stay?
I stayed for 6 months.
Whoa.
I stayed for 6 months.
And how did you leave?
I had to, of course, when you go there, you don't easily come back because their intention is to detain you there to become a soldier, to fight, the so-called fight the government. And then if you get an opportunity to escape, you only escape when you enter into a crossfire with the government soldiers. And then you just run anywhere and you end up, getting lost somewhere and then you get back your way back home. And that's also how I escaped, because we entered into an ambush. And then many people lost life there. We took off in every direction you can face. And you just pray a bullet doesn't get you. You run until maybe the next day. Then you wake up, you find yourself in the bush and try to trace yourself back home. That's how I also managed to escape. And so I came back, but I was able to go back to school because I had a very, very straight focus. I had a dream to achieve. Despite the challenges, I came back and I continued with my education. That's how I moved to Gulu, and I continued my education.
Social studies, right?
Yes.
And I think that's so beautiful because then you've been through so much, and most people, I wouldn't even say just in Brazil, I would say anywhere in the world could only imagine how would something like that feel to escape in a situation like that. And then it's beautiful to see, and I could see firsthand in the community the way you treat people, the way you treat that land, and also the way you treat yourself. I think those three things are connected. Of course, all of these things were terrible, but at the same time, they've built you into this strong character, as you know. And yeah, I'm glad to be able to connect with you, learn from you, and see, yeah, how we can create a bridge, between our countries, and yeah, and make that flourish. I'm really very happy to hear more about your story. And then if you could show with the camera a little bit of the space and show what with the hut that we built. So just for people that don't fully understand the whole thing, we have a lot of information in the website, but yeah, basically the foundation that we will show you now, from which Francisco is the leader, is a community-based organization located in Kitgum, northern Uganda. This is the hut. Oh, nice, beautiful. I miss this place so much. I miss Ugali. I was talking with Churchill the other day, and yeah, Ugali, man. I really wish I could eat some Ugali with beans. But yeah, this is the hut. And yeah, we had the opportunity to help building the hut for OCELE when we were there. It was such a nice time we had. And behind the hut there is a house, which is the house that we must finish the roofing and the flooring to store the shea nuts, so that OCELE can start first selling the shea nuts and then using the structure for producing shea butter. And we were talking the other day, I think we could even make some meetings like this, and then afterwards put them on YouTube. Maybe people see, have some ideas. But we were talking about other things we could do in this house, maybe bringing tourists to eat some ugali, maybe bringing people from Brazil, maybe planting, doing some permaculture. So yeah, I'm talking too much. Please, Francisco, show the place.
This is in the background. You can see the house. That is yet incomplete, but that is potentially our storage, our office, and probably when it gets finished, we can be able to host as many people as we can, because we intend to establish ourselves. We can also have exchange visits. Some volunteers can come around, and then we learn from each other. We also kind of try to do a lot, and that's also where we want to set up the shea nut factory. The good thing is we have a lot of space. As you can see, all this land is at our disposal. We can use it. We can do so much still here.
And do you have some yucca there? What is there planted right next to you? You eat that, right? Is a root?
Yes, this one?
Yes. No, not the tree. There is a root. You just went through like a little bush. Is it like in Portuguese? I think it's mandioca. No, you won't know. We have it planted here also. Yeah, behind you. Is that? Oh no, it's a little tree.
That is cassava.
Oh yeah, that is cassava. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
It's a root.
That is cassava. Yes.
Yes, very good. We have it. We have it here too.
Oh really?
Yeah, look, just for people to understand, I'm also building here, just like Francisco.
Yes.
Digging the hole. Look, my hands are like super. And yeah, we're also doing planting. We have some warehouses there. We're doing a lot of permaculture here. So the idea is that we can, learn from each other, learn from each other's experiences, and yeah, it's nice to see we're doing it. And by chance, like Francisco came back to Nyanya at the same time that I started building here. So like we are doing it at the same time by kind of a coincidence, but maybe not.
Yeah, but I planted this is now 6 months.
Oh, you planted?
Yeah, and it's now ready. Yeah. You can still eat it now. You can harvest it and eat.
Nice. You have chickens. The chickens are yours, the ones that we're passing through?
Yes. Nice. I have around 10 of them.
Okay. And
yeah.
Can you show the huts that we built? The hut right next to the house? Yeah, this one.
Yes.
A little closer. I want to see him again. I'm missing him.
Real.
I wanted to build something like that, even like around here. It was my first idea, but then it was too hard. Like people didn't know exactly. Remember, we had to bring a specialist that knew how to put the roof. Oh, like it's not
Yeah.
very easy.
Yeah, but
So it may
also
just-
this one, we also need to do a little bit of renovation now.
Maintenance, yeah.
We need to change the grass,
Okay,
but the walls and the materials are still very good.
nice. And can you just make a last tour around the house, inside the house, the big one, or just around it, so that we can have a notion of the space, or just
Okay.
walk around it? Because yeah, it's very big. When you see it, just like it seems like a little house, but it's quite big. So I think it would be more than enough for us to move forward with. Yeah, you're already in the house. Yeah,
I'm already in the house.
yeah. There's a lot
The
of
house,
space.
a lot of space, very
Yes.
big. Yeah.
And it's already kind of half done, you know. So like getting the roof, getting the flooring, we can
Yeah.
start being creative with activities. We have already this first batch for an initial investment for us to start thinking on some things and planting the seeds, man. I think I just wanted to end this live talking about planting a seed, because I think this is what we are doing now. You know, when you plant a seed, you can want, even if you want to have the fruit as soon as possible, it won't happen. You know, nature take its time. It will take a couple of months, and then you can eat your cassava very well in your lunch, you know, with some mugali and some beans, or I'm not sure how you prepare cassava. But
Yes.
yeah, if I want cassava tomorrow, it's not going to happen. So like this video explaining all of this, the project, building the huts, then finishing the house, those are all seed, you know. And shall we plant as many seeds as possible, so that in the future we can live in a great forest that gives a lot of fruits, you know, and not just the actual fruits from the trees, but also the symbolic fruits of our labor. It's a pleasure to be working with you, man.
Exactly. We believe that 1,000 miles begin with a single step. And the most important thing, we have started moving. And we have a
Yes.
focus, we have a dream to achieve, and we shall continue moving towards that dream. One day,
Apwoyo-
one time, it shall be well.
Apwoyo
Apwoyo
Matek,
Matek.
my brother.
Apwoyo
It's a
Tutwala.
pleasure to be with you. Please send my regards to David, to Florence, to everyone there. Okay?
Okay.
And have a
Yes.
nice day.
Please. Bye-bye.
Thank you, man. Bye bye.
Bye.